if you're seeing this, it is probably my first time posting on YouTube. It took me a long while to get, sorry, the airplane's over here, it's crazy, but it took me some years to finally be able to get behind the screen and be able to post this. I don't know why. Probably because I was still becoming myself and still exploring a lot of things, and still am, and still learning. But I think I'm finally, trying to light the fire under my ass to get this going. I fear that I was waiting for a perfect moment, but there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is you making the choice to, start it, is putting the, how do I say that? Putting, just putting the effort and the thought there, if you hold back waiting for the right time, or because you feel like you're maybe not in the right place, which is, sometimes you do, you're not going to have the right stuff. Maybe you shouldn't do it. But at the same token, sometimes you don't need everything that you thought you need to get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we put our pressures on ourselves a little bit too much, and then you don't realize that you probably could have, took a baby step, and that baby step could have allowed you to take another baby step, and that baby step would have allowed you to take maybe 2 steps. You know what I'm saying? And then, you look back, and before you know it, you're up halfway to where you want it to be. But if you're waiting for the perfect time, you're kind of letting the time pass, and if you're going to either do one or two things during that time, waiting for the perfect time. You're either actually going to take the time that you're waiting for the perfect time to come and learn from all the things you're going through, or you're going to try to rush through that time and maybe not necessarily pay attention to what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time you feel like you might be ready, or you're going to have a crisis, beginning to midlife crisis. It's gonna feel like, what the fuck is going on? And that's either because you haven't been doing what you need to do, or because exactly what you have been doing in that moment has worked out as it needed to be, and it's about to change your life. And when I say things like that, and it's hard to come into concept, it's like, I used to have a job where I was working for like at least 3 or 4 years, and it was one of my first jobs. And I felt I was comfortable there, right? Like, comfortable. Like, I could walk in late. I knew they weren't going to fire me, like 15 minutes late, like every time. But I would always show up. I wasn't like a call off, or I think I missed like a few days. I honestly called off. I remember calling off at least once and not showing up, no call, no show, at least once. So I'm not saying I was perfect, but, I was consistently there. And unfortunately, it was part-time. I did find a position within the same company where it was full-time. In my head, I was being a little fast, so I think I moved myself out a little further than I should have, a little sooner. Just basically meaning I changed locations. Stayed with the same company, but changed locations. Basically dealt with a whole different environment, which was, it's not bad being in a different environment. It's always good to grow, right? It just reminded me more of like what I wanted and what I needed in my life, and I knew that wasn't it. So I took the next step. I knew that I felt like I wasn't ready in certain aspects, but I knew that I had to, right? Like, there was just something that was just like, you have to go. So I was talking with a buddy, and he was working at this place, and he is an amazing person. He's someone that isn't afraid to share opportunities and growth and knowledge, and like, he's just an awesome dude all around. And he allowed me to, like, he showed me to apply to the company he's working at. And basically I was just like, fuck it, right? Like, if I want to get out of where I'm at, and this is like that much of a better opportunity, like, you just never know what's gonna happen. I had some experience because I was in retail, doing the job I was doing first, this is a warehouse job, so I was like, okay, well, I have like some retail experience, which is like you guys are selling stuff, but this is automotive stuff now, and I came from like household retail items, so there was still some learning that needed to be done. However, I was given the opportunity, and from there I still again made mistakes, but through it all I held on, and eventually started to get a grip. Then I found another opportunity within the same company, after somebody else had left, to do the same thing, start fresh again. And now I've made my fair share of mistakes. I've also learned how to drive a trailer, which is something that I didn't know how to do before. You know, I can do that now, and I think that's a pretty good life school, regardless. You know, you never know when you're gonna have to tow something. I have to do like an airplane count at the end of this. I think that's 3, from what I can count off the top of my head. But yeah, so basically, overall, now I'm in a place where I feel like I need to jump again. I mean, I don't even know. I just feel like I need to take a leap. I don't know what leap or where exactly that is. I think my body knows it, but I'm not like 100% certain, or maybe I'm scared. Maybe I know it, but I'm scared, and so that's why I feel like I don't know, because I'm letting the fear get to me. But I'm trying not to do that, so this is me not letting the fear get to me here. So if you're seeing this, I'm sorry for maybe if I'm repetitive, maybe if I stuttered, maybe if it takes a little bit to kind of get what I'm saying. That's the whole point of me doing this, to realize that I need to work on that explanation skill.